There are 5,000 plus stocks listed in the Indian stock market, and there's no doubt that some of these stocks will become a multi-bagger. Now let's say you want to build a portfolio of 10-20 top quality stocks that can generate multi-bagger returns in the future. So how will you identify those 10-20 stocks from the list of 5,000 plus stocks? In this video, I'm going to show you how you can identify multi-bagger stocks within a few seconds. And trust me, this is not a clickbait video. I personally use this hack to identify quality stock for my investment. But before that, let's first understand what is the recipe for multi-bagger stock. So in simple terms, a company with high growth and high profitability with low debt levels has the potential to generate multi-bagger returns. Of course, here we are talking about the finances. The company should have a very strong leadership, a strong competitive advantage and bright growth prospect. But when the company has a strong leadership and competitive advantage, it gets reflected in the financials as well. And of course, the company should be available at fair price. So let me show you how you can use a screener tool to identify quality stocks within a few seconds. But before we proceed, I have an announcement. I am planning to start a Q&A series where I'll directly take your questions from the comment and create a weekly or bi-weekly video to answer your queries. So if you have any query related to stock market, mutual fund, insurance, tax planning, or anything about money management and personal finance, then you can ask me in the comments. But remember to use the hashtag #AskSahil and I'll try to answer your query in a separate video. But please kindly refrain from asking the entry and exit price for a particular stock, as I don't like to provide stock tips. Apart from that, you can ask me anything about the business, fundamental, future, and anything about the company, or in general about the stock market or money management and how to achieve financial freedom. And I would be happy to answer your question. Alright, let's get started with this video. So if you visit this website screener.in, on top you will see this tab on screen. Click on this and you will see this tab of create new screen. Just click on this and you will see this search query box. Now let's first start with the market cap. So let's say you want to know companies that have got a market cap of more than 500 crore. Just click on this, run this query, and you will see this result of 1,239 odd stocks. And the best part is you can see a lot of columns here like current market price, market cap, PE ratio, sales, and all of that. So you can also sort this list as per your requirement. So let's say you want to know companies with top market cap. So you can see you've got Reliance, TCS, SDFC, Infosys, Unilever, and so on. Now you can edit this column list as well. So you can see here you have an option of edit column, and here you can see a lot of KPIs. You have got the most used one like your historical KPIs like sales growth in 3 years, 5 year, profit growth in 3 year, 5 year, and all of this. Apart from this, let's say you want to know annual P&L KPIs, so you've got all these KPIs. Then let's say you want to know KPIs from balance sheet or cash flow or ratios. You can get all these KPIs as per your requirement and customize the screen as per your want, and just click on this save column and you will see all those KPIs. Now let's deep dive further and create few more filters. So what is the next filter you would want? You want to know companies that are growing at a very good rate. So for that you just put profit growth greater than, let's say, 15%. Now if you run this query, so out of 1200 plus stocks, now you are left with around 873 stock, and you've got all the names like Reliance, TCS, SDFC, Infosys, and all of that. And you can also sort it in descending order, and in ascending order you can see companies like Sterling Tools and all of that, right? And here you can also sort this list by your ROCE and all of these queries. So let's say you want to search by ROCE. You can see companies like EKI Energy has got an ROCE of 130%. Now what is the next thing you want to know? You want to know companies that have got very good profitability. For that you got to put a formula of return on capital employed. So if you just put return on capital employed greater than 15 and run this query, now out of 800 plus stock you are left with 377 stocks. And again you can put the market cap, and you can see names like TCS, Infosys, Unilever, Wipro, and all of that. But here remember that when you put this filter of ROCE of more than 15, you miss out on the banking stock, because banks do not generally have such kind of high ROCE. And now let's say you want to put the ratio of debt to equity, where you want to sort companies that have got a debt to equity of less than 1. So you don't want companies that have got debt to equity of more than 1. If you run this query, now you're left with 345 names. And all the good names like TCS, Infosys, Unilever, Wipro, and names like Divis, Pidilite, Bajaj Auto, Coal, and all of that. Again, I would repeat that when you put this debt to equity less than 1, banking stock would filter out because banks work on the business of borrowing money and passing on as a loan. So banks always have a debt to equity of more than 1. So this is not the foolproof method, but it is a very good method to filter out quality stocks. Then let's say you want to know companies that are growing at more than 20%, and again they have a profitability of more than 20%. So if you run this query, you can see there are 222 companies with market cap more than 500 crore as well as that have a profit growth of 20% and ROC of 20% and debt to equity of less than 1. Now let's say you want to know only the blue chip companies that are growing at a good rate and have got high profitability. So for that, let's say you put a filter of 50,000. So companies with market cap of more than 50,000 crore. So here you have got 11 names. It includes your Adani Total Gas, Tech Mahindra, Hindustan Zinc, Pidilite, Divis Lab, Bajaj Auto, L&T, Havells, and your Mindtree and Gland Pharma. Now let's say you want to know companies in small cap and micro cap segment. So that is the best part. You can fill, you can customize the screen as per your requirement. So let's say you only want to know companies that have a market cap of more than 1,000 crore and a market cap of less than 5,000 crore. So basically the small cap and micro cap companies, all you need to put this and here and just run this query. There you go. You have got 88 names. If you sort it by market cap, you can see names like EKI Energy, Magazon Dock, Sharda, Cropcam, Tattva Chintan, Apollo Tricot, Thyrocare, Jindal Poly, and all of these names. So this is a very simple method. You can customize the screen as per your requirement. If you want to invest in blue chip companies, you want to know blue chip names, you can just put a filter of let's say more than 30,000 crore, 50,000 crore. If you want to know mid cap names, you can put that kind of filter, let's say between 5,000 to 20,000 and anything like that. But more or less, these are the major KPIs that include your market cap, your profit growth, your ROC and debt to equity. And apart from this, let's say you don't want to focus on only last year profit growth, then you can put a condition that the profit growth of last 3-year average should be more than 20%, and likewise your ROC should be also on an average more than 20%. So if you run this query, you will get a list of 52 stock that have got a market cap between 1,000 to 5,000 crore and that satisfy your criteria. And again, you can sort this list by PE ratio as well. So you can see names like Ami Organics, Tattva Chintan. These are on these companies have PE on the higher side, and you can sort it by lower PE as well. So you can see names like Godavari Power, Jindal Poly, Bansali Engineering, and all of that. Now let's say you want to know companies where promoters are increasing their stake. So you just need to do one thing, just put promoter holding and change in promoter holding greater than 1. And again, if you want to put a condition of market cap, you can always put that condition, let's say market cap more than 5,000 crore. So companies that have got a market cap of more than 5,000 crore where promoters are increasing their holding. If you run this query, you can see there are 9 companies where promoters are increasing their holding. It includes your Adani Green, Phoenix Mill, Just Dial, Tanna Platform, and Vedanta and Sterling and Wilson and all of these. So again, you can put let's say 1,000 crore, you will see more names. So there are 21 companies now. It includes your Tejas Network and your all of these companies. And let's say you want to know companies where FIIs and DIIs are increasing their stake. So generally when FIIs and DIIs both increase their stake, it is a good sign. Let's say you want to know that. So change in FII holding, let's say greater than 1, and change in DII holding greater than 1. And let's say you want to know market cap, a filter of market cap with greater than 1,000 crore. If you run this query, there are 9 companies where both FIIs and DIIs are increasing their stake. So you can see Max Healthcare where FIIs have increased their holding by 2.44% and DIIs have increased by 6.97%. If you click on this, you can see the details. If you go to investor section, you can see your FIIs have increased their stake from 14.23 to 16.67 and DIIs from 8.7 to 15.67. Then you have names like SDFC AMC, Moltec Packaging, and Prince Pipe, and all of these. So this is a great way to identify good use cases and shortlist companies with bright growth prospect. Apart from this, you have an option of screen. If you click on this, there are a lot of popular screens like your various formulas. Then you have got quarterly result. So basically this bull cartel suggests companies which are showing good quarter-on-quarter performance. So this is the basically specially made to keep a track of latest quarterly result. And you can see the formula where year-on-year quarterly sales growth is more than 15 and year-on-year quarterly profit growth is more than 20%. So you have got a list of almost 738 names that include likes of Affle India, then Tanla Platform, then your Ami Organics, then your all of these stocks. Apart from this, there is a very interesting aspect here that if you click on the screen, on the right hand side, you can see this kind of browse section and all these categories. So let's say you want to know companies within IT sector. So if you scroll down, you can see this tab of IT software. If you click on this, you can see there are 216 names. So this particular tab would help you understand what all companies are there in this IT sector. Right? So generally people say that I want to invest in, let's say, auto sector or bank, but I want to know names in these sectors. So this is a great filter. You can see names like TCS, Infosys, HCL, Wipro, and all of that. Apart from this, there are a lot of other screens. For example, you have FMCG, you have got logistic, you have got packaging, paper, pharma. Now let's say you want to know companies where government has a lot of focus. So capital goods section. So let's say if you click on this capital goods electrical equipment companies, you can see names like Siemens, Havells India, ABB, Crompton, Bale, and all of that. Then you have an option of capital goods in non-electrical equipment. It includes names like Thermax and your Graphite India, Bharat Dynamics, HLE Glasscoat, and all of that. Let's say you want to know the banks. If you click on that, it includes names like SDFC, ICICI, State Bank. So it is a great tool to identify quality stocks that are growing at a good rate, have high profitability, negligible debt levels, and all of that. So in this video, we discussed a few important hacks to shortlist high quality growth stock with multi-bagger potential using Screener tool. But remember that it is not the end of your research. Once you shortlist the quality stock based on the formula, you got to go deep dive into the business. So once I shortlist the stock, I read the annual report of the company as well as explore the website and the investor presentation where I learn more about the management of the company, its key strength, key risk, future growth prospect, and a lot other details. If you want to learn more about stock investment, I have a complete course on money management. I believe that Indian economy has a bright growth prospect for the next 10, 20, 30 years. And this current fall in the market has created a great buying opportunity. It is all about picking fundamentally strong companies and investing systematically with patience. And I can assure that you will create wealth in the stock market. In fact, the markets have already corrected so far in 2022, and any further fall would make the Indian stock market very, very attractive. So make sure that you utilize this opportunity. So that's it for today's video. If you find it useful, do share it with your friends and colleagues. I'll see you next video. Till then, take care. And do ask your question with hashtag AskSahil. Thank you so much.